We are not dropped down into this experience alone, not even a little bit. And even if we intellectually know meat suit is just an illusion and we're actually all interconnected, even beyond that, the multiverse is arranged for us to have assistance from different realms. And a lot of people, their introduction to that is, thinking about those who've crossed over, ancestors, loved ones. That seems to be a pretty decent understanding, mainstream understanding right now, that most of them hang out. A lot of them don't go too far. hmm And then beyond that, we have all of these other high frequency beings who just want to help us out because being a human is hard. It's a challenge. And we came here to learn and we came here to grow. And we're every single one of us looking for greater feelings of support and understanding. We want to feel seen. We want to feel heard. And if we are only looking at humans to meet those needs, we're probably going to be disappointed because humans are flawed and humans have their own baggage. And we want to be able to accept people where they are. And it becomes easier to do that when we are getting nourished by tuning into some of these other guides that we have, which include angels, archangels, ascended masters, spirit guides, other beings we've loved who've crossed over, elemental beings, fairies, dragon, unicorn, etc., and even star beings, extraterrestrials, who are high frequency beings who are also invested in what happens on Earth. And so archangels, particularly, who are, talked about in some religious texts, and of course, take or leave anything that resonates with you, were created by source, by God, by spirit, to do specific things. And they all have different roles, and they kind of have other angels who work underneath them. And you may have a connection to one or another. You may not have any connection to any of them. Sometimes it comes through in my sessions that someone like worked with a certain archangel in a different time space reality in some capacity. So they have a really strong connection to Archangel Raphael, who works with the heart chakra and animals, or Metatron, who's come through, works with the Akashic records with all light, or Michael, right, who most people are familiar with. So they're just there. They're just hanging out. They're like, if you want to co-create together, like I'm down, I'm here. If you don't want to, that's fine. I'm still over here. I'm still helping you. I would love to co-create with you further. I would love to work through you for your highest good and the highest good of all. But like if you're not interested, that's cool. There's no judgment. There's no judgment. And so there's a lot of different archangels. There's some, even beyond those that are mentioned in traditional religious texts. That I have, right, Diana Cooper's deck, and sometimes I'm like, who the F is this? Did she just make this up? But we love Diana Cooper, so I'm pretty sure she didn't. But they are a specific frequency you can work with. I used to think there were like angel people and then there were other people, because I was seeing all these people on YouTube, and all the people who were channeling angels had this like specific cadence or frequency. And I was like, well, that's not me. Like I guess I'm not an angel person. And I had a reading, with a colleague, and she said something about angels, and it just cracked me open, where I was like, oh, they are available to me too. I can work with them. I don't, and that was a big lesson for me. Like, I don't have to look like anything. I don't have to sound like anything. Sounding like me is enough, right? I don't have to be put in anybody else's box to talk to Arcturian star beings. I don't have to look like, that little long haired, redhead from Scotland in order to talk to fairies. They're available to all of us, and they want to work with us. They want to create with us because we are actually, because they are also reflections of us, and we are also connected to them, because ultimately there's only one energy, and we're all a part of it, and we're all finding our way back to remembering that. remembering that truth. So it seems like there's a little bit of a pull for you. There's little something about archangels that they're really drawn to. And so you probably already have a little more information than you think. You've heard of Archangel Michael, you've probably heard of Gabriel and Raphael, and now you've heard from Metatron. Like, that's enough. You don't have to learn anything else if you don't want to. There's more. Just start there. And maybe for a week, you just think about Archangel Michael and you say, all right, this is my Archangel Michael week. And I'm just going to think about you throughout the day. If I do my meditation, I'm just going to think about you then. Maybe I'll go onto YouTube. I'll look up Archangel Michael, see what comes up. Maybe I'll see what Diana Cooper has to say about Archangel Michael and just then see how that feels. Maybe you get the Archangel deck and draw a card and just see how that feels. And maybe the next week you do Raphael and see how that feels in your body. So right now you're still gathering information. Right now you're in like spiritual grad school, like all of you. And so you don't have to know all the answers right now. It's just about like trying things, right? Yeah, you don't have to like learn about all of them or work with all of them. Just and you don't have to spend a lot of time with it. Just keep that awareness. Maybe have a reminder throughout your day to like check in. You're out with your horses and you go, oh, hey, Archangel Michael, I just wanted to say hi. Do you have anything for me? Just wanted to say hello, angel baby, Archangel Michael. He thinks that's hilarious. Just God, I've never called an archangel angel baby before, but they're like, it's true. We're angel babies too. And you just see, you just experience. We're not trying for anything. We're not trying to recreate anything. We're just experiencing. And that moment of intention to connect opens up this frequency, puts us into a vibration of devotion, which is a magnetic vibration. And that reciprocity is what we're all getting more accustomed to, both with our guides and in our everyday life, because most of us are out of balance with our giving and receiving. Most of us are over giving. That's what we do. Right. And so by opening up this reciprocity and putting ourselves into the frequency of receiving, that helps create a new baseline for how to get comfortable with that throughout our daily experience. Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, reading about them, praying with them, looking up meditations or just calling them into your meditation, setting reminders on your phone throughout the day to like tune in with them, see what's happening. And you just get to play. We just get to play. And if you're, going through your time and you're like, man, Archangel Raphael does not want to talk to me. Like, I was this week trying to talk to Raphael and I didn't hear shit. We go, okay, maybe there's some blocks going on, or maybe that's just, not an archangel for you at this particular point. But if you feel a calling to any of the guides that I've talked about, listen to it. Because that's a spark. That's a spark. Yeah.